In this video, I'm going to go over the Select tool, which can be found on the Preparation tab. The value of this tool is that it will allow you to deselect any data that you don't want to push through your workflow. You can resort the fields, rename them, change their type, change their size, and a variable amount of things you can do. First, I will go over what we can do on this window here, and I will go over some of the options that I most use. So, the first things first, these checkboxes allow us to deselect any fields that we want. So if I didn't want to use the locations anymore, I could deselect that field. And you'll notice that there's actually an unknown field here, which is not part of our data. If I leave this checked, the value of that is if my input file changes layouts over time, maybe I'm building something dynamic, this will allow unknown fields to pass through this tool. However, maybe you're building something that needs standardization. You can actually deselect this field, and it will only let the designated fields through. For type, this allows you to change the type of the data. So let's say customer ID, you don't want to be int16. You actually want it to be vstring. You can change that. For size, this is how many characters can be in your data. So for example, name is a string. It's only going to allow 7 characters. However, if you think you have a name longer than that, maybe we increase this number to 100. We can rename fields. So if we didn't want customer ID anymore, we can name it customer ID like that. And we can even add a description, a unique value. Let's say you have a lot of fields and you don't want to scroll through and look for a certain field. You actually have a search functionality, so you can start typing and it'll narrow down your fields to whatever you're typing. And now for the options. The most used options for me, I like to use this select. I can either select all or deselect all. We can actually also do this here by checking this box by selecting all or deselecting all. Changing field types. Let's say I want to change a bunch of field types. This one, state and locations. I can highlight them all by holding Control, go to Options, change field types of highlighted fields, and I'll change them all to vstring. We can sort our data. We can sort them based on the original name, the new field name based on your rename. We can sort it based on the field type. I typically like to sort it on one of these field names. Let's say I'm wanting to change a bunch in a row that all have the same name. That really helps. After I'm done, I can revert this back to the incoming field order so that it stays the same throughout the workflow. We can move fields from top to bottom. We can add prefixes or suffixes to the field names. We can clear the rename. So let's say we don't want the customer ID anymore. We can clear that from the select tool. We can even revert all of the work that we did for types and size to the original. And the last thing is we can forget missing fields. That's going to be an important one because let's say at some point you lose this customer ID field. And when you hit run, you get these pesky warnings that are yellow. I try to make my workflows that don't have any of these yellow result lines. So we're missing customer ID. If you were to select the select tool, you can see it's missing. To remove this, you can go to Options, forget all missing fields, and now it's gone. So in this video, we went over the select tool and most of its capabilities. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please leave a like if you liked the video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.